Breaking news right now on ABC 17 News at 10. Emergency crews in Boone County are responding to a rollover crash at Brown Station Road and Ketterer Road.
We have an ABC 17 News crew on the scene. Here's a live look at the scene. You can see investigators are walking around, checking out the scene. We're also told that they're going to be pulling that car out of the ditch soon. You're also told to avoid this area if you can. As soon as we find out some more information about this, we'll be sure to bring it to you live here on the air or on ABC17news.com. Now to other news tonight, the University of Missouri leaders are now approving changes to regulations involving diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The UM Board of Curators passed the motion at its meeting today. ABC 17's Taylor Petrus joins us live now on campus.
And Taylor, this is something leaders have been looking into since the unrest at Mizzou back in 2015.
Yeah, Joey, Marissa, it was on November 9th, 2015, more than a year ago now, the Board of Curators announced an initiative to address diversity, equity, and inclusion on the Mizzou campus. Tonight, changes are moving forward. November 8th, 2015. Hundreds of students protesting the racial climate at the University of Missouri. Since then, the university has vowed to create a more diverse and inclusive Columbia campus. But Title IX is something the UM system has been putting a heavy focus on since the alleged rape and suicide of Mizzou swimmer Sasha Manu-Corey. Something we've covered extensively, speaking with Manu-Corey's family in 2015.
She had tried to kill herself and Mizzou, like apparently she was yelling out at the police, the system failed me, because she had tried to seek help a few times.
Today, the Board of Curators approved revisions to several Title IX rules. University regulations like employee promotion, tenure, and termination now include a non-discrimination statement. Curators also approved modifying and expanding the definition of sex discrimination and sexual misconduct. In 2016, more than 100 reports were called in to the University of Missouri's Ethics and Compliance Hotline involving all 4 campuses and MU Health. 17 were discrimination reports and another 17 were inappropriate behavior reports. Now, since the UM system announced changes to how it handles sexual assault cases back in 2014, the university has hired a full-time Title IX coordinator. She's been in her position for about 2 years now. Last March, Dr. Kevin McDonald was hired as the university's first ever Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. Reporting live on MU's campus tonight, Taylor Petrus, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Taylor. The University of Missouri is also creating a new Korean Institute. This afternoon, the school launched its Institute for Korean Studies. A refugee from North Korea spoke at the opening. Governor Eric Greitens' wife, Sheena Greitens, who you're seeing there, will co-direct the Institute. The university hopes the Institute will increase research at centers around the world.
Well, temperatures have bottomed out now in the lower, even to the upper 20s across mid-Missouri. It's cold out there now, but they are going to continue to rise as we head toward the morning. With rising temperatures tonight, the wind is going to continue to pick up, and by 6 o'clock in the morning, we're in the 30s across mid-Missouri. But it'll be breezy and cold to start the day tomorrow, and dry. As we head into the afternoon, look how the temperatures quickly warm for your Friday. By lunchtime, we're already in the lower 50s north of Interstate 70, upper 50s south, and we make it even into some 60s tomorrow. Lower to mid 60s are possible by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So it is going to feel much different than today, but we will be windy. So the out the door forecast with mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Wind gusts will be as high as 30 miles an hour, and we'll see those temperatures climbing as we head into the afternoon with sustained winds close to 20 miles an hour. What we have right now is still we're in that colder air here, but as this warm air continues to lift over the region tonight and tomorrow morning, we will warm up, and with that change in temperature, we're also going to see a lot of wind. This is Wind Tracker starting tonight, still fairly light but increasing southeasterly winds. Those will be up to about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow, 15 in the morning, and those winds will be sustained near 20 in the afternoon and gusty from the southwest, and that's going to warm us up. As we head into Saturday, we have a slight chance of showers, mainly along and north of Highway 50. So Saturday, some spot rain is possible. possible up to only 1/10 of an inch, though not much with that. And look at the temperature for the start of the weekend, 67. Sunday is cooler at 50. I'll have a closer look at the weekend. We'll break this down for you, and Valentine's Day coming up.
New plans to redevelop the former Truman Hotel property are now moving on to the Jefferson City Council.
ABC 17's Lindsay Burning joins us now live from the abandoned property off Highway 54.
Lindsay, the city's Planning and Zoning Commission voted tonight to recommend a Truman Hotel urban renewal plan to the council.
Yes, Joey, back in September, we reported a TIF proposal to redevelop this property failed to pass city council. And since then, the developers, the Puri Group of Enterprises, have gone through the Jefferson City Housing Authority to try to get assistance for redevelopment through an urban renewal plan. A study found the former Truman Hotel property blighted back in 2015. If the urban renewal plan is passed, the Housing Authority says the developers would get a certificate for tax abatement, typically for a period of 10 years. That means they would not have to pay increases on property taxes while making improvements. The redevelopment plans would still happen in 2 phases, as in the TIF proposal plans. First, demolishing 3 buildings and constructing a new 5-story hotel, and second, demolishing buildings on the northeast side to make room for another 4-story hotel and conference space. Planning and Zoning Commission Chairman says he believes the redevelopment would be a great benefit to the city.
From the plans that we were shown tonight, this would be a definite benefit to that Highway 54 corridor, as well as one of the commission members made a comment that people coming and forth, going from our community, that's one of the things we see driving down that major highway, and we want to get that cleaned up.
Now, that 2015 blight study found many issues with this property, including mold and cockroach infestations, as well as a mildew problem and a fire risk with no sprinkler systems. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Lindsay Burning, ABC 17 News.
The Jefferson City Council is set to hold a public hearing on the plan at its next meeting, That's on February 20th. In an ABC 17 News crime alert, Jefferson City Police say they have had multiple reports of thefts from vehicles over the past few days. Now, the department says many of the vehicles were left unlocked, but a few had their windows broken into. Of course, the police department reminds us not to leave valuables in sight and always make sure and lock your car. Tonight, we know the name of a man involved in a standoff with police in West Columbia. We brought this to you as breaking news last night. Police say Rockus Rowland was arrested in the 1000 block of Claudel Lane in Columbia. He was wanted for a parole warrant and violation for reportedly having drugs. He's set to appear in court next Tuesday.
A mid-Missouri prosecutor will stand trial this summer for alleged drunk driving after he crashed into the Addison's restaurant in downtown Columbia, hurting 4 people. Shane Haley and his attorney argued his charges be dropped after learning Columbia police recorded a phone call between the 2 of them. A Shelby County judge ruled today that police did break state statute by recording the conversation, but since the discussion did not include trial strategy, it was not grounds for dismissal.
This ABC 17 special news report is next.
Mid-Missouri cops, understaffed, feeling the heat for emergencies. ABC 17's Joe McLean finds out what's being done to ensure your safety on a tight budget in The Cost of Safety. 2 minutes from right now.
Officers, deputies, and troopers maintain law and order. They're the first lines of defense against crime and the main resource to investigate it. But many smaller agencies fight another daily battle, the county's bottom line.
In a special report tonight, ABC 17's Joe McLean asked Mid-Missouri law enforcement leaders how they protect tens of thousands of citizens on a tight budget.
County sheriffs and city police chiefs have the tough job of taking each dollar allocated to them and turning it into the most effective agency possible. The decisions made carry high stakes, especially with public safety on the line.
90% of my decision making for staffing is with funding, what I have available to work with and what I can do with it.
Tony Wheatley serves as the Montauk County Sheriff. Right now, his department consists of himself and 6 deputies. In a county spanning more than 400 square miles, Wheatley says his agency is strained.
And sometimes in the evenings, I only have 1 deputy on for the whole county. I have to go with them a lot of calls myself. as a sheriff, just to have an extra body there.
But Wheatley says he's not alone.
I know a lot of the rural sheriffs around here personally, and they all have the same problem, staffing.
I honestly consider myself as running skeleton crews. When I look at the needs of the community and the calls coming in, I operate on minimal staffing.
According to a Department of Justice report from 2012, there are 4 common strategies law enforcement agencies use to determine how many operatives to hire. The first is per capita, where the amount of agents hired is directly related to population size. Some counties will determine the minimum number of deputies they would need to deploy at any one time. The third, like in Montauk County, is solely focused on how much money the agency receives. The workload approach, on the other hand, considers the agency's need, and it's the strategy that many law enforcement leaders in mid-Missouri say is the most effective.
The 2 sets of data I primarily speak to the commission about literally on a weekly or monthly basis is the jail population and the calls for service, which them go hand in hand.
Calls for service, the number of calls for service that we respond to that are self-initiated, that are response to a member of the public calling, all of that data is recorded.
Sheriffs and police chiefs I spoke to say while all these different methods can be a helpful guide, staffing a law enforcement agency is both an art and a science and comes with learning about the community itself.
The need becomes identified, and then we have to look for a solution and how do we meet those needs.
Major Tom Redden has been with the Boone County Sheriff's Department for more than 3 decades. In his time, the agency underwent several large-scale expansions based on the needs of the county, including one in 2002.
The demand was there, but there wasn't the supply of deputies. The information was put together, it was presented to the community in the form of a law enforcement sales tax.
That sales tax passed, allowing the county to hire many new deputies and expand the jail facility. But efficiency is not only determined by a department's budget. Agency leaders I spoke to said there's one way law enforcement can become far more effective without spending a dime.
Without a community support level that aids us, then we can't really do a very good job.
Community support is a necessity. It's not a want, it's a need. The community members are the best eyes and ears we have out here.
You can't have a cop on every street corner. There's a lot of responsibility placed on the community members themselves.
In Montauk County, Sheriff Wheatley says his deputies are steering towards community policing efforts.
Where we're starting to get out and get in touch with the public more. And I think that's going to help us a lot in the long run. And that's going to help make up for some of that deficit we have in deputies.
You can find out more about law enforcement logistics and how you can get involved on our website, abc17news.com.
It was 31 today in Columbia. Tomorrow, 64 degrees. Big changes, lots of wind, and more changes this weekend with a chance of rain. I'll show you the timing of all these changes coming up next.
We continue to follow breaking news right now on ABC 17 News at 10. Emergency crews in Boone County responding to a rollover crash on Brown Station and Ketterer Road.
ABC 17's Deborah Kendrick joins us now live from the scene. And Deborah, what's the latest investigators have told you?
Well, Marissa and Joey, I actually just got done speaking with the man that was driving that truck. He told me that he saw a deer, and that's when he overcorrected and he ended up on the other side of the lane. Now, you can see behind me that it is still an active scene here. They are currently trying to get that truck out of the tow, or they're trying to tow that truck out of the ditch area. I was speaking with the man that was involved in the crash, and he was a little shaken up, but he told me that right now he's actually trying to find his dog that was in the car with him. It was a tan boxer. So of course I'm going to stay on here on scene to as far as what the latest I can get for you, and we'll have all that information online. Reporting live here in Boone County, Deborah Kendrick, ABC 17 News.
Well, temperatures have been falling. Now they're holding steady before they'll start rising in the overnight hours, thanks to that south wind, which is going to continue to increase here. But it is giving us those wind chills right now, with a wind chill of 17 right now in Columbia. So it'll be breezy and cool when you start your day tomorrow. You need those coats early on for the morning commute, but by lunch it feels better, although the wind will be blowing. 58 degrees, partly cloudy tomorrow. We'll see a few high clouds moving through. 64 in the afternoon, much different than today's low 30s. So tomorrow's going to feel much warmer, but we'll be dealing with that wind tomorrow. If you have evening plans, you'll enjoy that full moon tomorrow evening, and temperatures will be mild for your Friday evening. So if you're heading out to dinner or out to town, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s tomorrow evening. And all that wind we see during the day starts to die down a bit. It'll still be a little bit of a breeze blowing, though, tomorrow evening. This is Saturday, 70 at the lake to 66 Moberly, 63 Macon. It is going to be much warmer Saturday, but we'll have a lot of clouds. With mostly cloudy skies, there's still a chance of a shower Saturday, and the winds are going to be a lot lighter. So it'll be a pretty nice day all in all. Just don't expect much sunshine. As we start tomorrow evening, we do see the clear skies, and we'll see those clouds quickly increasing and becoming thick as we head into Saturday. Also, some rain is possible, mainly along and north of Highway 50 by 11 in the morning Saturday. You can see how there's very spotty showers, perhaps some drizzle in here Saturday with all those low clouds. And then as we go through the evening, you can see that starts to pull off to the east, and it tapers off a bit. We could still see a spot shower through Sunday morning, but all in all, looks like we're going to see very low amounts of rain and very hit and miss Saturday into Sunday morning. Saturday might be a good time to break out the barbecue grill this weekend. That'll be the warmer day of the weekend as temperatures will be comfortable. We have those spot showers, though, possible Saturday. And then as we head into Sunday, it looks like that 20% is mainly for the morning, and then we'll just see those clouds breaking up by evening. It's cooler Sunday, and we'll also have some wind around. With a northwesterly wind, it'll be kind of a chilly wind for Sunday.
All right, Sharon, thanks.
Commissioners from across the state met in Columbia today.
We'll tell you how they're working to keep mid-Missouri communities safe from cybersecurity attacks. Coming up.
Sports Zone starts now, driven by Toyota.
The Mizzou women's basketball team has never won in Knoxville, but tonight might have been the Tigers' best chance in recent memory. MU has won 5 of its last 6 games, including 2 wins over top 25 teams. The Tigers were looking to make it 3 wins over top 25 opponents, taking on 24th-ranked Tennessee tonight. Second quarter, Vols down 8, Diamond to Shields. Oh, what a nice move. Great finish for the tough 2. Vols cut the lead. Final seconds before halftime. Leanna Doty driving. Sierra Michaelis is there to clean it up. Beats the buzzer. Mizzou up 5 at halftime. 2 minutes to go in the third. Tennessee up 3. Sophie Cunningham. Oh my, and 1. That ties things up. But Tennessee would take the lead on this one. Jamie Nard hits the 3, and they would roll. Tennessee outscores Missouri 23-12 in the fourth quarter. Mizzou, they fall 77-66. And the news does not get much better for Mizzou women's basketball. One of their signees, Ellie Brown, well, she missed most of her high school basketball game tonight. Brown rolled her ankle in a pivotal game on the high school circuit. Number 5 Rockbridge hosted number 1 Jefferson City on the south side of Columbia. Brown has an ankle sprain. No word on how long she'll be out. In the fourth quarter, Madison Treese in this game, making it 31-22 RB. Fourth quarter, Jays cut the lead. In fact, they tie it up here. Micah Lithicum, great sequence from her. Like I said, this game is tied up. It went to OT. 1:19 to go. Caitlin Anderson through the defense. It's another game-tying layup, but the Jays need to stop. Rockbridge with the last shot. Katie Clucking, good off-ball movement, lays it in. Bruins take a 41-39 lead. Last chance for the Jays. They can't get the shot off. Clucking is the hero. Rockbridge wins this one 41-39 as their composure pays off down the stretch.
It definitely comes from practicing this way. We always pressure each other really well, so when getting tough games like this, we know what plays to run, we know who to go to, and it creates an awesome game. This is definitely a big one considering we played the 3 top teams in the state, and we just beat number 1 team, so it's awesome.
Oh my goodness, awesome indeed for Katie Clucking and the Bruins. All right, Hickman and Helias tonight from Hickman's Gymnasium. First quarter, oh, what a pass there. Claire Ludwig there to finish it up. Helias takes an early lead, but then Hickman puts its foot on the pedal. Precious Smith, saucy. That corner 3 falls through, and then Danny Nichols going coast to coast for the layup. Hickman is a winner tonight, 46-21, your final. Other scores from tonight, the Fatima girls beat South Callaway 66-56, and over at Southern Boone, it's a doubleheader between the Hornets and the Eagles, and the girls beat Fulton 49-19, and the Fulton boys upsetting Southern Boone 52-47. And that, my friends, is a look at sports. ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray will have another look at that warm weekend forecast when we come back.
We're continuing to monitor some breaking news right now at that rollover crash that's at Brown Station Road and Ketterer Road.
Our crews at the scene have told us that they have now cleared the scene of that crash. We're going to continue to gather details and post them online for you at abc17news.com.
It'll be a chilly morning and a mild afternoon. Windy, though, and dry tomorrow. Avoid outdoor burning. There is a fire weather watch in the Ozarks beginning at 9 in the morning. So it's not a good day to do the outdoor burning due to the wind, but the wind dies down Saturday. It'll be a better day, but temperatures go up a little Saturday. A few showers are possible Saturday. Might get a little wet, especially north of Highway 50. And then Sunday, just a spot morning shower possible and cooler with 50.
All right, Sharon, thank you.
And thanks for watching tonight.
Jimmy Kimmel's up next.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a good one.